Wahala, they say it not the finish. Okay, so guys, it was NBA debate and Obi was there, Sowore was there, and Amaechi was there. And we couldn't help but notice that our President Tinubu, was once again conspicuously absent. I don't know, guys, what these people, especially these politicians that are ruling Nigerians, think. Because if you do not come for a debate, how do you show people what you have? How do you show the people you are going to govern that you have a manifesto that would work for them? Especially in this our Tinubu case. President Tinubu, obviously, whatever manifesto he came with, I think we are all in agreement. It's only his political party people that I think some of them even think that they have failed. Okay, whatever manifesto he came with, obviously we've seen that has put us into the dungeon that we are living in today. People are more deprived, lack of security, poverty rate has risen to its highest number that we have ever seen, and it's just crazy that a debate where did we take democracy for? Did we take it from other countries like in the US, where the people come out to debates no matter who you are? And it's so sickening to see that in Nigeria, people just come, especially the sitting president. Is it that they think it's already theirs, so there's no need coming out for a debate? Because I don't get it. Make it make sense that you are campaigning for the next election, which is in few months, and you do not deem it fit to come out for a thing that is so as simple as a common debate. Anyway, Ayo on Arise News had this to say. Listen to this.
Self not present, neither was the presidential candidate of the ADC, but he was very well represented by his vice presidential candidate, and of course we know it's a joint ticket. However, it was the chief of staff to the president who represented the president and hence the APC. This should not be a pattern. We talked about the signing of the peace accord and how it would have been great for the sake of optics and the spirit of the signing to have seen the president himself and Atiku Abubakar present. And what we want to encourage are debates like this, a festival of ideas, thoughts, an opportunity to listen very carefully and interrogate the propositions of these candidates. And in so doing, they were able, and kudos to the NBA, they were able to draw on very important issues that the Nigerian people ought to be interested in, and each candidate had the opportunity to talk about it. I'm hopeful that in subsequent conversations like this and debates, the president, in service of his people, would make himself available, as well as Atiku Abubakar. And please don't want you to say that it's not important. It is important. As long as he wants to serve the Nigerian people, then he has to be willing to speak to the people that he aims or hopes to serve. So just to mention that, but on the surface of this, fuel subsidy, this has been, however, that's where it ends. In his submission, he said that he would do his differently. Number one is that there would be a proper plan to ensure that the most vulnerable people in Nigeria do not suffer. And then he talked about the transparency of the management of the funds that would be saved from subsidy removal. You can't fault that. That is something that we have said here, and I believe that the APC, under the Tinubu administration, has a good opportunity in the next few days to actually begin to make good on some of these areas that have been highlighted. Where has the money gone to? Yes, we know that FAC allocation has increased. Yes, we understand that subnationals, that's the governors, have more money. Yes, we know that they are now paying salaries. No state is owing salaries. But beyond salaries, what is the gain? And, we keep asking about this, and we will continue to ask until we get proper responses to this. Not just saying, oh, you don't know economics, or you don't know what we are doing, and not just giving us figures around macroeconomic wins. That is fantastic. But the people, the Nigerian people who will have the opportunity to decide in January, want to know beyond the macroeconomics of the savings, how it is affecting their pockets. To be quite honest, for a lot of people, this is washing over their head, subsidy or no subsidy. What is the concern really is how does this make my life better?
Okay, so you've seen that. So, because in the US, you know, the candidates are always debating. You know, they come with their manifestos and, you know, this one asks questions from the other one would, you know, in fact, the way they do it, you know, you can really see that. I know it can never be compared to the US. But if that's where we're taking our democracy from, then we should learn to do better. At least let's be close a little bit to what is reality, because this one is no reality. Look at a case like this with Donald Trump and Joe Biden in 2024. Just watch.
Spent half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent.
Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do.
You've seen that, yeah. So anyway, the debate I think, was a good one, and it was on subsidy remover and all of that. And at least you could see the different perspective where they all took their own from. And it was really good to see. At least let people see what they are putting or electing into office. Even if we think that's okay, you know, even the absenteeism of our President Tinubu is Emilokon style. Like, I don't need to be there because I already got it. Because otherwise, make sense why you would sit at home. Anyway, a clip. Let's see a clip also from the debates. Just watch.
The reason for not removing it. What we should have done is that when we remove subsidy, we would have given the people alternative usage for the subsidy. What we have today is that that removal and the attendant resources being recovered is also being mismanaged and stolen. For example, we have received, according to them, 16 trillion. We will, I said it before, go to my manifesto and say I will remove subsidy. We'll do it in an organized manner, and whatever we recover will be invested appropriately.
The Atiku Amaechi ticket appears to be the brightest. If you look in this hall, I'm the politician. Don't shout. Most of you either be in court or waiting for court cases. I'm the politician. I've been a politician since the age of 22.
If there's anyone who has been consistent about non-removal of fuel subsidy, it has been me. And it took Amaechi and his principal almost 10 years to catch up with me. They have now reversed their position on fuel subsidy. The question about subsidy is, who are you subsidizing? You are subsidizing the elite, you are subsidizing the governors. The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states.
There's a general principle of governance that anything that is essential must be local. So for instance, if water or electricity were essential, you have to localize it.
Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for this episode. So, what do you think? Do you think presidential candidates are supposed to come up for debates? Shouldn't it be mandatory? What's your take on it? Your thoughts below. See you on my next one. Bye.
The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states. And when they talk about subsidy, they make it sound like they have not removed subsidy before. I was a student in 1989, they removed subsidy. In 1990, they removed subsidy. They said Nigeria will be better. We are in 2026, they are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Peter Obi to pay Bola Tinubu. That is what removal of subsidy is all about.
Playing to the gallery will not make you win the election. You will not win. Now, why Sowore will not win is not you shouting. There are no more than 24,000 lawyers who are here, and there are 93 million voters. So 24,000 should vote for Sowore and see whether he will win. That's not the issue. Let's go to what he said. Who are those from Lagos? There is Lagos Abeokuta, Lagos Ibadan Railway is working or not? In my time, it was working. I don't know what's happening under Tinubu. There is Abuja Kaduna Rail working or not?
What happened to the
Now, where are Rivers lawyers? Please take Sowore around. Where are the Rivers lawyers who are present? Take Sowore around.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
All right, Governor.
When politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes, you have a right of reply. Yes, you have the floor.